You know, building wealth for yourself and your family is not something that's getting any easier. Wealth is something you have to learn, though. Money is something you have to learn. If you don't study money, you end up working for money rather than having money work for you. Imagine you were able to retire because you studied money, you built money, and it is working for you rather than you working for it. That's the goal of 30X Wealth. You know, over the last 30 years, I've learned a whole bunch about wealth building, and it's time you learned it too. In fact, the way we're going to do it is for the next 30 days, you and I are going to spend 30 minutes together for the 30 days, and you're going to get my 30 years knowledge on how wealth actually happens for you. See, can wealth happen for you? Can you be rich? Can you create serious wealth? Yes, but you've got to learn how. The learning comes before the earning. We've got to make sure that's clear for each and every one of us. So what do we do? Next 30 days, here's what it looks like. Number one thing, what is wealth? I'm going to define it for you so you get a handle on what it should be and how it will work for you. Ultimately, most people don't understand money, therefore they have to work for it. I want you to understand wealth so that it becomes a reality for you. And that's where day 2 kicks in. Can I actually become rich? I go through the understanding and the fallacies of people as to why they don't actually become rich. It's not just about the strategies, it's about their thinking. I've met many people who've learned about being rich, the strategies for it, but they haven't done it yet. Why? Because they're not doing this. They don't have the mindset of the millionaire, and they don't have the rich thinking. See, the mindset that you have to create for yourself, the thought processes that you go through, if I teach you the strategies without teaching you the way I think, without teaching you the belief structure that I have, you won't use any of it. That's why these days are so important. Then we hit multiple streams of income. We look at it as, is it a fallacy or is it real when it comes to wealth? Very important, day 5. Then on day 6, we hit passive income. That's the income that comes in whether you go to work or not. How you build passive income and the speed with which you build passive income is really a determining factor on whether you can retire early or not. Then we break down cash flow and capital, the 2 most important factors in any wealth building campaign. Then we take a look at debt and budgeting, because if you're getting into bad debt versus good debt, if you don't structure a budget, we teach you the no budget, and ultimately that then leads us to you getting some good financial management. Then we hit the seasons. What are the financial seasons? There's a reason it takes 10 years to build wealth, because the financial cycle takes that long. Then we got to take a look at how we get into deals. Are we in at retail level, at wholesale level, or are we creating capital? Now you got to learn all 3, but I'm going to take you through all of them. Then we take a look at, that's day 10. Day 11, we get into why people invest and what stops people investing. Again, back into the psychology of investing, structuring it down and breaking it down because it's important. Then compounding and critical mass. You know, when Einstein said compounding's the 8th wonder of the world, he wasn't lying. But the whole critical mass factor and how it works is something you really need to understand in order to get the best returns for your investments out there. Breaking it down into your rules and your niche. Rules meaning how will you invest, when will you invest. The niche, the best areas for you to be in based on your rules, based on your desires and goals. Ultimately, then we take a look at business. How do we buy businesses and build them and sell them? Because when we really break it down, there's only 3 main asset classes to invest in: businesses, real estate, and the stock market. How do we do that with business? What should we be buying when we're buying a business? Because if you look at the biggest capital companies in the world, the venture capitalist companies, what are they buying? They're buying businesses, and they're doing it for a reason. I'm going to teach you those reasons. There's in fact 6 reasons they do that. Then we're going to take a look at how you find deals. Because it's great to know what to be looking for, but you've got to know where to find them and how to find them. Ultimately, then you've got to put together a structure of an offer, how to finance it. Whether you're buying real estate, whether you're buying businesses, no matter what you're buying, you have to understand how to put an offer together, how to build financing structures into it. Then we look at building a business. You'll learn that here in 30X Wealth. You'll also want to study 30X Business if you're doing that one for your own business. Franchising and licensing. Massive wealth is built here in both of those categories, in both of those classes. I want you to learn it so that you can go through exactly how wealth is created by those venture capital companies and what they do. Then we take a look at number 20, selling a business. Ultimately, the exit is where the biggest money is made. How do you do the exit? How do you get ready for it and structure it? Then we take a look at real estate. Real estate comes down to many different things, but I'm going to take you through the strategies that build wealth in real estate the easiest and fastest for you. Now, ultimately, I'm going to teach you how to build a wealth plan for you and your family. Through this entire 30 days, you and your family will build a wealth plan. Real estate's going to be part of it. How do you buy them? How do you renovate them? How do you redraw against it? Redrawing meaning getting your deposit back so you can go and do another one. Why do I invest in real estate? You know, it's very important. Then I'll break down the 3 main real estate deals. There's 3 types of deals that you need to understand. I'll break them down and teach you each of them. Then we got to look at what do you want to buy in real estate. My rules for what you should buy and shouldn't be buying out there to make sure you're making good investments. Then we're going to look at renovation. We're going to actually invest 2 days on this, day 25 and 26, because renovating adds serious value, and adding value is a big part of why we invest in businesses and why we invest in real estate. Then we're going to take a look at redraw. How do you actually redraw and multiply what you're doing? So you're not just doing one at a time, you're doing multiples of these things. Then we go up to the scale of commercial and development levels. Ultimately, you may not be there yet, but it's something that's going to be on your path. Then number 29, we look at the share market. Now, unfortunately, the rules for the share market are different all over the world, so I'm just going to break down the key principles of it for you so you understand what you should be doing. And then finally, day 30, we're going to put the plan together for your wealth business. You know, wealth can happen for you, but you got to study it. You got to be willing to do it. The learning work is the hardest work on building wealth. Study 30x wealth. 30 minutes a day, you and me together for the next 30 days, and I guarantee you'll build a wealth plan for you, your family, for generations to come.